A key Nebraska senior is on the verge of returning for another season. So in today's video, I'm going to go over all of the information you need to know. Who is this guy? What's going on with his situation? Will he return to the Huskers? And what does this mean for Nebraska's 2025 team? So really quick, we have a lot to get into. Key player potentially coming back. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Also, if you're a dire Nebraska fan and you're unsubscribed, you know the drill. Please hit that subscribe button for daily Husker football content that you're going to get nowhere else. Recruiting updates, breaking news, and so much more. We built the best family here in Husker YouTube. Be a part of it, and please hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get into it. Going over the video, talking about a key Nebraska senior who looks like he's about to come back for yet another year. This is Deshaun Singleton, starting strong safety for the Big Red. Now, this guy's a senior. He has 0 years of eligibility remaining. At least that's what he thought. However, people forget that Deshaun Singleton, he was at a junior college in 2021, and it was just ruled that JUCO years do not count towards eligibility. So he previously had 0 years left. He now has one more for the Huskers. So he's been mulling over this over the past couple weeks. He had no intention of returning. And why should he? He had no years of eligibility. He was already getting ready for the draft. He declared for a senior bowl game to display his talents until this JUCO ruling happened. And he's been working with the staff to potentially return. I do believe that we will get an announcement likely this weekend, if not next week, that Deshaun Singleton will come back to the Huskers. Now, this is a guy who, if he were to return for another year, he would only be going into his 5th year. He's only 21 years old. Okay, this is not absurd. I know Buddha Wright just announced that he was returning for the Huskers for a 7th year. That's a little crazy, right? 7 years, okay, that's more than normal, to be honest with you. But Deshaun Singleton, if he were to come back, it's only a 5th year. That happens all the time. He was not redshirted in 2021. He came out of high school and he played all 3 years with the Huskers. So, it would not be too absurd. We forget that Ty Robinson, he played 6 years with Nebraska. So Deshaun Singleton, I think will come back for another year because, listen, he's going to be mulling over this decision, whether to go pro or to come back. He's going to meet with Matt Rhule, and Matt Rhule has said time and time again that he's very honest with his seniors. He loves his seniors, but he's been in the NFL before, and he knows what it takes to get drafted. And he said that he's also going to be brutally honest. So he's going to meet down with Matt Rhule, and he's going to say, Coach, what does my draft grade looks like? And Matt Rhule's going to say, hey, Deshaun, you've been a great player with Nebraska, but unfortunately, your draft grade just doesn't look great. You're not going to get drafted. You'd be lucky to get picked up as an undrafted free agent. So with that knowledge, I believe that Deshaun Singleton is going to come back. I think he's already working towards getting back to potentially once again be a starter for the Huskers. Now, let's talk about the impact of him returning. I think this is a very impactful guy to return for the Huskers. He's likely going to start once again at that safety spot for the Big Red. Now, Deshaun Singleton, I'll be the first to tell you, he did struggle for the Huskers. In 2023, he was super hyped up and he lived up to it. He was really good in those 4 games, blew out his, legs in the 5th game, should have had a medical red shirt. The NCAA declined it. It was what it was. He went into 2024. I was hyping him up, and he played okay, right? Had 71 tackles, 3 passes defended. He didn't have the worst year, but he really struggled in coverage, and that was something that I wanted to see him improve at. His tackling kind of got worse as well. So he wasn't the best safety for Nebraska, but I think him coming back for another year is going to be huge for his development. We know one thing. He is a great tackler. He can lay the boom on everybody. I think he has good instincts. And also, he's a veteran. He's been around the block a couple times. This secondary really lacks a veteran presence. You have Sear Wright. You have Marquez Buford. I guess you have Malcolm Hartzog there too. But Deshaun Singleton, he's a guy who's been in JUCO. He's, rose through the ranks throughout his career. He's been down his entire career. I really feel like it's going to be big for him to come back for yet another season for the Big Red. So, I really like him coming back for the Huskers. I don't know if he's going to start that strong safety spot. I think he probably will. Listen, he was a single-digit player. You are not trash if you get a single digit. You're one of the better players on this team. You're one of the best players on this team. So, I think the staff believes in him. I think the players believe in him. I think Deshaun Singleton is going to be a big addition for the Huskers, and from all intents and purposes, it looks like he's going to come back. I just think if he wants to make a logical decision, because I know his eyes are set on the draft, he wants to go pro, it's just not in his best interest. It's purely not in his best interest. He's not going to get drafted. He just won't. Okay, if he wants to prove to NFL scouts that he should get drafted, he should come back for another year, spend an extra year in college. Okay, 5th year is nothing. In modern day college football, a 5th year is nothing compared to a guy like Ty who's there for 6 years. You know what I mean? So I think Deshaun's going to return. Will he start at strong safety? It remains to be seen, but he just adds a veteran depth to this room, a secondary that's completely wide open. I think he will return. The staff's working toward it. I think it'll be announced pretty quickly. I'd imagine this weekend, maybe even early next week. So Deshaun Singleton, I think, will return. This defense got a couple key seniors that we didn't think would be coming back, whether that's him, whether that's Marcus Buford, whether that's Elijah Judy, whether that's Buda Wright. We were looking at a completely different defensive unit a couple weeks ago. Some seniors are coming back, some transfers are coming back. I feel good about this defense. The question is, can this offense produce? I don't know. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Deshaun Singleton looks like he's going to be returning for the Huskers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hey, if you made this part of the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, good to be great. Go, my Rhule. See you in the next one.